It's 4 years since London hosted what the world's press called the best ever Olympics and the most successful for Team GB in over a century. On Friday, it all starts all over again, nearly 6,000 miles away in Rio de Janeiro. So today on Songs of Praise, we've come back to the East End of London, to the Olympic Park, to meet with Olympic heroes and hopefuls.
I'm here in the Lake District to mark the 150th anniversary of the birth of Beatrix Potter.
And we meet the first of our unsung heroes who make up our Challenge Cup choir, Phyllis from North Shields. Plus, we've got music from the Keswick Convention and an amazing performance from Gregory Porter. But our first hymn is one that I remember from school and I still love it today. A joyous hymn of praise from St. Albans Cathedral. Debbie Flood is a seasoned Olympian, having won 2 medals in rowing. Her faith has always played an important part in her life, but initially her sporting career was on a different path.
Well, running was my first love, but judo was my main sport really. So I got into the junior British team in the judo, and really used the rowing machine for part of our fitness. And really someone came up to me in the gym one day and kind of said, "Oh, are you a rower?" And I said, "No." It was a new kind of, oh, I wonder what rowing would be like.
Yeah.
And went on a learn to row course, and it kind of started from there.
Debbie and the team won silver in Athens and went into Beijing the favourites to take gold. But in the final moments of the race, they were overtaken by China and had to settle again for second place.
Disappointments do come in, it can hit you hard.
Yeah.
And I guess I learned along the way to, not hold on to disappointment for too long, to kind of brush yourself off.
Yeah.
And, my faith was a central part in being able to do that. The world's view of you might be based on your performances and your medals, but I know that God's view of me and his love doesn't change. Whether I win or lose, that's completely unchanging, and it's been a real solid base for me.
And did you find that you were able to grow in different ways as a result of the disappointments?
Definitely, and it reminds you that just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean that I'm going to have worldly success, but actually it's just walking forward faithfully and embracing life that in front of you.
Debbie is now retired but works with the group Christians in Sport and so is off to Rio to support Team GB. But before she goes, she's taking me out to see if I have Olympic potential. Flood and Derby, our medal hopes. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So who are our medal hopes this year?
Oh, the rowing team will definitely be bringing back some medals this year. Really strong men's team and a slightly smaller women's team than London this year, but still it's going to be a great team to be watching.
You'll be an Olympic hero for many young rowers, I'm sure, Deb. Who are your Olympic heroes?
You know, it wasn't until I went to Athens that I really got to know Sir Steve Redgrave, actually, and of course he's a legend in his 5 Olympic gold medals, but he also gave up his day to come and talk to my crew and gave us hours of his experience, and I just thought, wow, you know, that is someone who has massively put back into sport.
The Olympics isn't the only major sporting event happening this summer. On Saturday the 27th of August, the biggest date of the Rugby League calendar happens, the Challenge Cup final. So we went to meet superfan Phyllis to find out why she was chosen as one of our Challenge Cup final choir members singing Abide With Me at Wembley. Phyllis became hooked on rugby league when her 3 sons started playing the game at school.
We as a family felt as if this was the family sport to be involved in, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. The passion was there, it was set, and that was the beginning.
Phyllis made sure her boys got to every match possible, no matter where it was in the country.
There was limited competition in the North East, so we put ourselves forward and we played in the Yorkshire League, so obviously every other weekend we were travelling.
He said to me, "Do you remember how many counties we've come through today?" He says, "We've travelled through 5. I says, "Is that all?" I says, "That's not a record by any means." But he says, "I don't know anyone else that would do that for me."
Phyllis's dedication to the game and her boys paid off, as all three have played rugby league to the highest level.
They were making a career from a hobby, and the bonus that it was professional is absolutely awesome.
Once the boys were grown up, Phyllis finally had some time on her hands. But not one to sit around, she has for the last 15 years been involved in the North Shield's Live at Home scheme.
All live alone, all wish to stay alone in their own homes, but we provide lunch clubs and such like, and they thoroughly enjoy the food, the company, the interaction with everyone, and its companionship, because loneliness is a killer. I'd rather have you enjoy it than struggle.
I would describe Phyllis, along with the other ones, as little angels. We take 2 buses to get here and then a little walk, but it's worth it because it's a good time out.
Happy days.
Phyllis's dedication to her boys' love of rugby was why her friend Jane nominated her for the competition.
I think because she's given up so much of her life to rugby, and this is something they can give back to her, an experience she's going to thoroughly enjoy.
For Phyllis, the feeling behind the words of Abide With Me are just as important as singing them at Wembley.
It's a hymn about giving strength through trials in your life, through troubles in your life, and just to keep you going. And if you watch the words, you listen to them, the emotion takes over, to be honest.
And in case she gets any last-minute jitters, she can always turn to someone who's played in the final before.
Too old for this, man.
I know.
Her son Chris, who captained Huddersfield into the Challenge Cup final in 2006.
It's not just another day, it's not just another game. It's a final. It's about performing well, but it's also soaking up everything, soaking up the fans and the atmosphere and the fact that you're at Wembley Stadium, which is the iconic stadium in the history of sport. So no pressure.
Yeah, I know I'll be nervous, and I'm going to do my best to try and contain that, but just to believe in what I'm doing.
And if you'd like to hear the stories behind all 32 of our winners, then please go to our website, bbc.co.uk/Songs of Praise.